Hello, good evening. Welcome to Sandy Ainley. I hope each one of you are well. Tonight I'm going to just give you some information on the subject of myself. I don't mind having said. And although I believe in my opinion that there's no such thing as a fact, if one shall allow oneself the liberty to say that there's such a thing as a fact, so to speak, then I shall do it in that manner and say that I'll take that liberty upon myself on this occasion, just so as I may express 10 points on the subject of myself that I believe that is a inverted comma open fact, inverted comma close, on subject of myself. I have written each point down. Point number 1. I'm very expressive. As some of you may know, I love my pastel colouring, and I love my clothing, and I love my footwear, and I'm a very arty lady. I don't mind sharing that piece of information with you. I don't know if you've heard of the term. Please excuse me. I mean it in a polite manner. I don't think it's a rude term. I hope not. I'm very arty-farty. I'm quite eccentric. I wear lots of pink in one go, in one outfit. That type of outfit, sometime, on occasion. I tend to be very open and expressive in my... I'm very generous with my expression of my emotion, what I'm feeling. I find it easy to express myself openly on subject of what I'm feeling a lot of the time. For example, I'll even talk to a good friend and ask advice on subject of something that I feel very emotional on subject of. For example, the other day, I asked a close friend what this lady thinks I'm to do on subject of. I was nervous on subject of saying something to somebody else, so to speak. And the lady gave me some really good advice and said, just do what you think instinctively is the correct behaviour. And I would certainly be economical with what I'm saying, but however, at the same time, honest, and just say how you feel, and just please, according to the other person, so to speak's reaction, you decide after you've spoken to that other person, so to speak, what you're going to decide for yourself after that in connection to that so-called other person. I hope I'm making sense to you. So yes, I'm also, I like to perform on stage. I haven't done it for years because I have had disability after disability after disability. However, I've performed professionally in acting and singing, as some of you might already have known. I trained in a classical ballet play school. I wanted to be a professional, and I did some training towards that. I didn't actually land up performing in ballet on a professional level. However, it was not down to not being good enough. It was down to my weight and my eating habits. that unfortunately got in the way, and my mental health. So I'm also point number two, I'm kind. I'm very generous with my money. In fact, sometimes more generous with my money than is for my own good, as a result of the fact that I land up thinking to myself, what am I receiving? And so I have learned to be more economical in that way, economical with money. In the same sense, I'm still a very generous, kind person. However, I do it now in a much more positive manner. I don't mind comparing. I love animals. I adore animals, and I adore children. I like people. Obviously, it's impossible to hit it off with each human being on earth. However, I'm polite to people, and most people are polite back. So I'm very kind in the manner that if somebody is so-called worse off than myself in some way, I try to be very empathetic and show sympathy and empathy by maybe buying that person a meal or just whatever. I mean, I remember once I was in a coffee shop and I was having something to drink or whatever, and a gentleman walked into the shop and said to somebody who was working in the shop, I'll have such and such, or whatever it was they were saying. And I wasn't quite sure what exactly was taking place. I thought maybe the gentleman was short of money. So I said, would you like me to pay for you? And the gentleman said, gosh, what a lovely thing. What a lovely lady you seem to be. And the gentleman, I think, came and sat down with me and said, you've really made my day. And I was really happy myself to have made some total stranger's day, so to speak. That's just one example of what I can be like. Perfection, yes. This is largely positive. I am a perfectionist. In my manner of speaking, in my behaviour, I like to be polite at all times. And sometimes I think I go to a point whereby I put a lot of pressure on myself. And I'm learning to do that much less now, I don't mind saying. And now I'm just enjoying myself being somebody who likes to do things correctly. I'll try and give one example. For example, with my talking, I don't like it if I've been rude to somebody or if I've criticised somebody, and I very often apologise afterwards. That's one example of my pet perfectionism as well. I don't like it when I'm not being. Well, I mean, I don't think there's any such word as calling a human being perfect. However, I certainly try to be as nice as I can be. Right, and now we're going on to my polite manner. Point number four, being polite. Even if someone is not polite to me, I'm still polite back. I refuse to allow myself to put myself down, so to speak. And there's only one time when I shall be snobby, and that's if someone's not polite to me, then I'm a real snob. Otherwise, I'm not a snob. I don't mind saying. Point number five, I love to travel. I love going to hotels. I'm going to one at Easter time and I'm looking forward to it. I'm not going far as a result of my hips. However, I look forward to my hotel trip. The hotel is in St Albans. I think it's 4-star or 5-star. I think it's about 4.5 if there's any such thing. I seem to recall it wasn't 5 now that I think again. But I think it's I know the hotel, and I'm really going to probably have a lovely time. And I used to, when I was healthier, I used to travel constantly with my immediate family, my mum, dad, brother, and me. We'd go maybe sometimes 4 or 5 times a year, and I used to love it. America, Canada, where else did we go? Italy, I think Spain. Yes, Spain. I certainly travelled to Spain, Greece, France, Italy, Austria, all over the place. And it was just lovely. I loved it. And I still think I shall travel in the future. It's just that I need to wait and recover from the operation first. Sociable. Point number 6, sociable. Like I said earlier, I love people. I love babies. I love animals. And I love socializing. I don't always feel healthy enough to socialize. And sometimes it's hard to get about with my hip being painful. However, that doesn't get away from the open inverted comma fact, close inverted comma fact, or close the fact with an inverted comma, that it shows that I like people and I like socializing, and I like to show my outgoing personality, and I like company. And yes, I'm a sociable animal, definitely. And I do get on with most people, like I said. In fact, I don't have a problem with anybody. Usually, if there is a concern, it's usually because that person may not get on with me. And I mean that in the nicest possible manner, because, of course, we can all make mistakes, and I'm not saying that in a critical sense. Point number 7, I like and I love to learn. I love YouTube. I watch YouTube constantly. I can be on YouTube 8 hours a day easily. And I watch different vlogs. I watch educational vlogs. I watch films on YouTube. I learn on subject of history. I learn on subject of countries, geography. I learn on subject of repertoire of films. I learn on subject of the news, the current news, and celebrity life storying, and cookery, and family life of a family that's not mine. And I pick up tips on singing online on YouTube. And the list just goes on and on. It's totally endless. So apart from the fact that one day I shall no longer be around to learn, apart from that, I love learning. Like to learn. Yes, that's number 7. Sorry, excuse my Coca-Cola getting in the way. Or my Coke Zero, as one might say, and my arm in the way. Point number 8. I'm very clean. In my whole life, I don't recall more than a handful of times that I had no shower or bath or a type of a wash in a day. And if I ever didn't, which I have occasionally, very rarely, so to speak. There was a reason, like I wasn't well or something. And other than that, I do not like not going to have a good old clean. And I keep my flat as clean as is healthy. And I mean that because my OCD, sometimes I want to be cleaning more than I allow myself to clean. So I'm really disciplined with myself. I make sure that I don't allow the compulsion part of my OCD to worsen by giving in to it, because there's no how clean does a place need to be? Do you know what I mean? There has to be a boundary with cleaning, just like with each and every subject on this earth. So in my opinion, it's a good point to be clean to a point. Honesty, point number 9, honesty. I'm sometimes, always actually, honest as a person. I'm not saying I don't porcupine. I do believe that occasionally in life one has to lie. And I mean that in the sense that of what I just said. Apart from that, I try my very best to be very frank and honest, and I even acknowledge that I can porcupine. Yes, I have porcupined in life. Sometimes I porcupine not to hurt someone, for example, if I don't want to hurt somebody. So I might porcupine to that somebody. However, I'm not malicious. Point number 10, the last one. I love my food. Unfortunately, it shows. Not unfortunately in a rude manner. There's nothing wrong with looking overweight, so whatever one means by larger, then I'll say larger. Unfortunately, it's not good for one's health. I mean it in that sense that it's not a good thing, so to speak. I love eating in different nationality restaurant, and it's something which I like to combine with anything business, social, intimate. My relationships in the past with my partner, I can just relax and socialize and enjoy the food and the atmosphere in the restaurant. And I just love my eating out and my food. And I love to see the food in different countries and try different food stuffs. And I find it very fascinating, the subject of food. And also, I now drink much more fruit juice than I've ever had before. And I try to choose the ones that don't have any added sugar in them. And I'm weaning off the Coke Zero. I don't have as many as I used to, as some of you may have been informed already before today. Sorry, I'm just cuddling Oreo, my cat. And I just find that socializing around food is very much something which I was brought up with, and I've definitely picked up on that habit. So those are my 10 facts on subject of Sandy Ainley. And I have been as frank and honest as I can be in this vlog. And I hope that you've been enjoying yourself watching and listening to me. And I hope that each one of you takes care of yourself and of one another. Hopelessly devoted to you. Hopelessly devoted to you. Take care, please. Bye-bye.